This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Well, we're going to get an explanation with this next match. What we're about to see here is the longest match in SummerSlam history. It goes 35 minutes and 15 seconds. That is indeed a SummerSlam record. The previous record was 94 with Bret and Owen inside a steel cage for the world title. That went 32 minutes and 22 seconds. As a reminder, Nexus has been running roughshod since June 7th on Raw when they attacked Cena, Punk, and the entire ringside crew. The following week, the then general manager, Bret Hart, refused to give them contracts, and as a result, they attacked him, which forced Vince McMahon to appoint a new anonymous GM, who then signed all the members of the Nexus to the show. What do you think about the anonymous GM angle?
Hokey.
It's terrible, was it not?
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, it was bad. You can't have just some phantom guy that's got all the authority that's booking all the matches. It takes that stretch of believability and it goes way, way, way too far. And I think it just did. It was just, it was cute for a week or two, but it still didn't make sense unless you were going to have a reveal, and you never had a reveal. It's just blink, blink. And there was the GM that nobody knew who it was, making career decisions on people's lives.
Nexus is going to continue to attack various wrestlers and crew, costing Cena, costing the WWE Championship. I mean, they're just running roughshod, a fatal 4-way, Money in the Bank. And then in July, Cena finally confronts them. They offer him a place in their stable, which he refuses, and then reveals that he's assembled his own crew that he's going to call Team WWE. It includes Edge, Chris Jericho, John Morrison, R-Truth, the Great Khali, and unbelievably, Bret Hart. On July 26th, the Raw anonymous GM changes the match to an elimination match. And then there's dissension in Cena's team in the following weeks. Edge and Jericho, they have their own thing going on. This is an interesting concept, but it does feel like, I don't know. Is this a little hot-shotted to you? Did they go to this too soon, do you think? Or did Nexus lose too soon? What's your takeaway from the whole Nexus thing and maybe what could have been?
They should have went on. Those guys should have been shoved for another year and a half before you ever put a chink in their armor. You're talking about earlier, Vince was talking about, you said that the quote was, we're going to turn this thing around to the stockholders, right? We're going to integrate our new talent with our old talent.
Yeah.
Right. And we're going to get business turned around. Well, the one thing that it takes forever to accomplish, and it's not that easy these days, and it wasn't that easy back then, the hardest thing to do is get heat, to get legitimate heat on talent. And you have these Nexus guys who were everything that Vince wanted. They were young, they were athletic, they were all different. But it was an influx of young guys and some of them very good performers, a lot of them good performers for that time. And when you've got 7 in a group, they should have dominated everything and everybody on both shows. And it would just be get your booking creative enough to make that happen, because those guys you could have put so much heat on, they shouldn't have got beat for another year and a half. Because the story was in place. There were a team of 7. You jump on one of them or 2 of them, you jump on 7 of them. And it'll work if you just do it in the proper context. So I don't think any of them should have gotten beat that night. Any of them should have got left laying. Cena, it would have been very easy to write the story that everybody was jealous, on the babyface side of Cena, or you assumed, or that was the perception of, and he was having a hard time getting partners because, everybody wanted Cena out of the way so they could move up the ladder. There were so many stories you could have written which would have made sense. But in the process, the Nexus were the benefactors, because the fact that all the other guys couldn't get together in the company to form a team strong enough to beat them, and let those guys just continue to have their way. And it would have worked, and it would have drawn money. But the minute you start beating them and leaving 2 or 3 of them laying, when it's just one guy, just doesn't make sense. You have to make sense where the numbers are involved.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money, it's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.